Today, yesterday, and for the next rest of the week, I'm going to be exploring what the Democrats might do now that Trump has acquired a significant lead, certainly in the swing states, something of a lead in the national popular vote, and clearly a lock on the Republican nomination. Yesterday, I discussed the possibility of stealing the election and concluded that a lot of states have strengthened the laws against that, but that one glaring exception is Pennsylvania. So please go back and look at that video if you like to check out what I said. Today, I want to discuss the possibility of Michelle Obama being the Democratic nominee. Today's lunch alert is sponsored by the Patriot Gold Group. JP Morgan and UBS are both warning that the S&P could plunge 23%. More after the break. With Biden being so out of it, I think it's very possible that the Democrats are going to look for another candidate. And people like Gavin Newsom suggest themselves as alternatives. But in reality, the Democrats can't afford to run a white candidate instead of Biden, because you have Kamala Harris sitting there as vice president. And the blacks will not be happy if they pass over her and go to a white candidate. If they pass over her and nominate a black candidate like Michelle Obama, they'll be fine with it, but not a white candidate. And Biden is losing support of the black vote hand over fist anyway. And Republicans now are likely to get more than a quarter of the black vote. So the Democrats will not want to antagonize the black vote. So I think the most likely strategy that they could adopt is to wait until the convention, by which time all of the delegates will have been chosen, pledged to Biden, and then have Biden pull out at the last minute and endorse Michelle and let her spring her on the country suddenly, so that there's no time to reflect, there's no time to question her, there are no debates she has to go through, and she can just be sprung on the electorate as a last-minute surprise, and with the accompanying adulation about the first woman black president in the United States history. I think that what we have to do to try to stop that is to do what I'm doing right now, publicize the possibility of Michelle Obama, and have us all look at her radical separatist rhetoric when she was in college, saying that segregation was the preferred option for the black people, not integration. Combine that with saying equity, which is not merit-based, is better than equality, which does include merit. She also would be in favor of reparations for blacks because of slavery. She would be in favor of the loose measures to deal with crime, like no bail and defunding the police. And she also would likely oppose strong measures to enforce the border and would tend to advocate an open border. She'd probably support teaching critical race theory in schools and would likely advocate an open border with no or few restrictions on illegal immigration. These issues could bring her down, but it's important to air them while there still is possibility of her running or not running. The more we irradiate the ground she'd have to walk out over to become a candidate, the less likely it is that she'll submit to let herself be used in this capacity. Today's lunch alert is sponsored by Patriot Gold Group. JP Morgan and UBS are both warning that the S&P could plunge 23%. According to UBS, it can take 12 months for rate hikes to work their way through the economy. And the Treasury yield curve just had its most severe reading since 1981. With a Biden-Trump rematch in the offing, let's look at what gold and silver did during Trump's first term in office. Both gold and silver almost doubled in their price while Trump was in office. With the Biden-Trump rematch looming, let's look at what gold and silver did during Trump's first term. The fact is that both gold and silver nearly doubled their price during Trump's 4-year term. So why don't you call the Patriot Gold Group now and get yourself in on gold and silver investments. Now, the Patriot Gold Group offers no fee for life IRAs to viewers of these videos, and that extended that offer and lowered the minimum required to get in. So call the Patriot Gold Group and ask about the no fee for life